How do we
Small
do that?
screen. It's not the big screen.
Yeah, because it's on a little box.
Yeah, we just
Small screen.
we just fucking come up with shit.
It's kind of like Turtles in the Half Shell. Turtle
Turtle
power.
power.
Small screen in a small box. Small screen. I don't know. Screen. I don't know.
I don't think that was it, but
Yeah.
we're still,
Agree to disagree that we'll work on it.
Okay. I disagree. All right. So small screen.
Yep.
I got a list here of things I've been
Small
watching.
screen.
One thing that's interesting is I've been actually more likely to watch a TV series right now than a movie.
Yep.
Just because I can break them down into little pieces, and
Well, I think they're holding back on the movies with us right now,
I don't
too.
disagree.
I was looking to see I was like, I want to go to the movies next month. And I was looking to see, there's nothing really coming out I want to see. It's like,
Right.
why? Why are they
Right.
doing this?
So I'm gonna go.
I know that you tobacco smoker had to see that, so don't spoil that one.
We'll
for
come
me.
back to that.
Tobacco smokers.
Well, let's start there. He brought up Witcher. How many episodes have you watched, Russell?
He's finished
3.
It. Oh, okay.
I've watched 3 also.
And you both, I know, don't like it so far.
It's not compelling.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's
Oh, well, no.
I'm gonna
I
watch
like
the
it.
heck out of it.
It's
So don't throw me in with this guy.
it is so episodic.
Even with my ears plugged, I still heard you
It's
perfectly.
still episodic. It is. I have yet to see what the bigger story is about The Witcher. Now, one thing that I did do some research on is that this is The Witcher. Now, one thing that I did do some research on is that this is based off a video game.
And a book.
The video game is based off of a book.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that. So there's a lot of story here to get through. But do you understand what I'm saying, Russell? That it's episodic.
Well,
they want this to be a game of bigger story, and we through 3 episodes have not got to that bigger story yet.
Well, and from what I've read online, that by the end of this season is where they kind of unveil what that bigger story is going to be. So if you the first Game of Thrones, that first season, it was a hard watch.
Yeah, the
I
White
don't
Walkers.
disagree.
Yeah,
and
so I think
yeah.
they're just set. This is all set up. We're developing characters, and so far I'm liking it though. It very much captures my attention when I'm watching.
I'm not saying I hate it and that I won't go back.
Yeah,
but
and
there's
that
not a
Campbell,
lot there.
He lifted some weight in this.
He's awesome
muscly.
in this.
Yeah, he's really good.
He totally is good in this.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't figure out the bigger story. It feels very Van Helsing like, where
Yeah,
you're
somewhat.
fighting this monster and then that monster.
I like monsters.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we're seeing
don't.
is a lot of the monsters are turning out not to be monsters.
Yeah, I do agree.
And so a lot of it has to do with the world's been taken over by humans, and humans just put if you're
We're
not human,
jerks.
you're bad.
You're bad.
It's about racism.
So it's Carnival Row all over again.
Yeah, but in their thing, it's speciesism.
It's not like I don't want to watch any more of it. I'm not convinced that I will like it.
Isn't there one about Star Wars you guys have been watching?
Yeah, not yet. No. I don't know what you're talking about.
The
Mando.
The Mandalorian.
Mando.
You guys love it.
Have you watched any of it?
I finished it finally.
Okay, I'm still one episode from watching it.
It was the last episode.
I'm still one episode
finished
from
it?
watching it.
It was the last episode. The last episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
and if
okay.
if that stormtrooper that punched Baby Yoda, I know he's not Baby Yoda, doesn't like get beat up, he should.
I don't know.
I haven't
have
seen
not
the
watched
last episode.
Oh,
so
shoot,
don't
I'm
be
sorry.
spoiler alerting us.
Well,
Yeah,
a
I
stormtrooper
feel like I
punched
just said
Baby
that.
Yoda.
I just said I haven't watched the last episode. I haven't watched the last episode.
I haven't either because it just came out like a couple days ago.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and I ran home last night to watch A Marriage Story, and 2 episodes of The Watchmen, and then an episode of Witcher. I've been putting in some time, fellas.
So here's the thing: is with the Mandalorian, I was getting ready to watch the last episode,
And then Ovi
I
ruined
was
it.
talking to my wife about it, and she's like, "I think me and Sophie would like to watch that." So we went back and we watched episode 1 and 2 again.
Terrible idea.
And they love it.
Okay,
They're
good.
like, this is fantastic.
Yep.
That Bridget likes Star Wars.
Okay.
Sophie likes Star Wars. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and revisit it and then watch the last one. Or with Bill Burr,
Yep.
where they're breaking in to break the guy out. That was a really bad episode.
Yes, it was.
And that was almost identical to a Buck Rogers episode.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
But what I'm liking about...
I think they think that Favreau. I think they think that Favreau's coming up with original ideas, but if you go back and check out some Galactica,
Hey, John Favreau, we love you.
yeah,
though.
we do
Yeah,
love
we
you,
do
buddy.
love-
So we're excited to have you on the show next month.
And
as
that's
well.
what I liked about this show is like every episode seemed like its own individual show. It wasn't like just hey, we're going to this one story arc and that's all we're pursuing. Each episode was a different real story, and that's why they're going to do 2020. We will get season 2.
Not till fall.
And we knew that was going to happen though. We knew that some of that was coming out. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I tell people
too.
to watch it. Castle Rock, on the Castle Rock front, that series has concluded for the time being. I did watch the finale. It does tie back into the first season.
Okay.
And like the last couple of episodes, it starts to really tie back.
So when you say it's over, are they not making a season 3?
No, I'm just saying that series 2 is over.
Okay.
And yeah, and I don't know. So we know that the main character from that is the main character from Misery. It's Kathy Bates' character from Misery. So I think she will not be in any future episodes.
Okay.
But this certain person from the first season, that's kind of the main focus of the first season, does come back in the second season.
So you got to watch him in order.
And I think you'll see more of him in season 3. I have a suspicion on who he is.
Okay.
Now, if you guys are into Stephen King lore, if you've ever done The Dark Tower, read any of those books or
I've
anything
never
like
read
that,
any of those
The
at all.
Stand. Never read The Stand. Never saw The Stand. Never saw the Rob Lowe version of The Stand.
No.
I think this guy is Randall Flagg. Is my suspicion.
What's his name in the movie?
Is my suspicion.
What's his name in the movie? In the TV show?
Well, he's got different names in the different seasons.
Is any of them Randall or Flag?
No. Nope. But this to me, it's what this guy does. So
Okay.
another one that I watched, Netflix show called. I only watched. Did you watch it?
No, what I've decided to do, you guys both keep hyping it. Until you watch Unbelievable, I won't watch it.
Well, my wife watched Unbelievable in 2 days.
I'll watch that with my wife. I'll watch Unbelievable.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
she
just
watched it in
messing
2
with you.
days. Man, I really liked that series.
Living with Yourself?
Yes.
It was great, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Paul Rudd. Man,
Paul Rudd's always
man, I
good.
can watch that guy all day.
Yeah.
And he played
Man, I can watch that guy all day.
Yeah.
And he played 2 different characters.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely 2 different characters.
I just hate that he's a witch. That guy does not age.
No,
Yeah,
he
he's not
doesn't.
aging.
He looks the same as when he's on Clueless.
Now that's one. Paul Rudd, if you're listening.
Yeah,
he should.
We
you
live
know.
here in St. Joe. You know where it is.
Sometimes when you're in Kansas City,
Yeah,
you know,
come and hang out with us,
visiting
please.
the parents.
That would be dope. How
Yeah, that would be super awesome.
Party at the Moon Tower.
But no, and that was one that my daughter Melissa recommended. She was like, "This, I really like this," and I had seen some previews for it, and I was like, "This is just multiplicity again."
But
Yeah.
it's
And it is.
It's
but
darker,
it's good.
though.
It's way darker than multiplicity.
But it is good.
Yeah. So that was a great recommendation.
Guys,
Yeah.
check that out.
What else you got going, Othie? What
I've
have you
just been watching
Football?
all. No, well,
College
yeah.
football. Watch college football.
I do watch a lot of that, but
Go team,
all
go.
of the like Christmas, the Great British Baking Christmas, or
I have not watched
Sugar
that.
Rush Christmas.
I did watch Sugar Rush Christmas.
that kind of stuff of just anything. I've
Nailed It Christmas.
you name the Christmas movie. That's all I've been watching.
Nobody,
lately.
you guys, do either one of you watch Nailed It at all?
I haven't liked it. I've
I
tried
do
it.
not like the host of that.
I don't like. Yeah. Okay, so here's
if they could get
interesting-
rid of her, I'd really watch that show.
I listen to podcasts that Paul Scheer has and Jason Mantzoukas and Paul Scheer's wife is
I don't know who that is.
June Diane Raphael. I listen to that How Did This Get Made podcast.
oh, okay. I know
okay.
what that is. Yeah.
So they are on Nailed It.
Oh.
Jason Mantzoukas and Paul Scheer both guest in the first season.
Yeah.
And on this latest season. And so that Nicole Byers, the host of Nailed It, was on their podcast.
Of course.
If you think she's annoying on TV,
God,
add
yeah.
the vulgar that she can be on a
Oh
podcast,
god.
and you just want to scream.
Yeah.
But Paul Scheer goes on to nail the testing. You know who Paul Scheer is?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you do.
I'll have to look him up.
I bet he
guess.
saw
He
a
was
photo
on
like
that show you watched, the League, right?
yes.
Yeah.
He's in the book you gave me.
Yes.
Yes. There's a movie called The Creep. I made Taylor watch it not knowing who it was. It's amazing. You guys, it's like never buy anything off social media is basically what
Yeah.
happens. Anyway, he's very good. He should be in more stuff.
Paul Scheer, you looking him up?
Nope.
Okay. You know who he is.
You would think I would.
I'm trying to think what else he's been in. 'Cause he's been in some other stuff too, but he's never like the guy.
All right. So
What else you got?
You watching all these, but you just because it got you in the Christmas
I just like
mood.
the Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't.
Christmas is over now, buddy.
I know.
Now what?
I will.
Living with yourself.
Now we're in Othie's dark time.
No, we've got the
Football
playoffs. We've
is
got
gone.
football playoffs.
Living with yourself. Watch
Yeah,
it.
but like
it will
the
make
second
you
week
smile.
of February, what do you do with yourself?
Just a lone cry. There's a lot of crying going on. Just a lone cry. There's a lot of crying going on.
Besides fiddle.
A lot of
Let a fiddle
So
with yourself.
let me keep moving here.
Do it.
I'm gonna tell you what to fill your life with. The
Okay.
Kaminsky method.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that
So
good?
the Kaminsky method is about an acting coach that never quite made it, but he's an acting coach, and it's Michael Douglas. His partner
Who
in
also
crime,
never quite made it.
Okay, I've seen. I started that,
That's
but I
true.
never finished that. They're older.
What?
Yeah, I think I've seen part of
Alan Arkin is his
Yes.
partner in crime.
Fantastic.
Yes.
The dialogue between those two, not only the dialogue, but between those two, not only the dialogue, but the source that they use making this, it's all, I mean, all these words that it's like, this is well thought out dialogue between these two old men. Now, there's a
It's
little bit-
articulate.
yeah,
Very
very
articulate.
these. It's a little bit too much old man jokes about prostates and stuff like that, but it is fantastic.
Fantastical.
I've watched all of season 1 and the first 3 episodes of season 2. It is worth your time. It is hilarious. It's got it's well done. So give that a shot. It's got nominated for awards. You will laugh, I promise.
Okay.
Well, that
And
sounds good.
where can we watch that though?
It's on
The Netflix. Okay.
Netflix.
The Netflix.
So, have you guys heard of George R.R. Martin?
Yes, I
He wrote the books of Fire and Ice.
Yep.
A Tale of Fire and Ice that they turned into Game of Thrones. Well, he wrote a short story or a novella or some crap like that called Night Flyers.
okay.
And it's a crew of scientists embark on a mission aboard a ship called the Night Flyer, blah, 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 blah. Investigating an alien signal. It's a Netflix one. No, it is Netflix. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was on Prime Video, but it's definitely Netflix. I watched the first 3 episodes of it, and it is crap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was so trying to get into it because I like a sci-fi series, you know.
Is that the one on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's not on Amazon, is it? I thought I watched it on Prime for $16.99.
Okay.
So I think it's a Netflix show. I think it's actually might be a sci-fi. Yeah, it's on the Sci-Fi Network. But man, it just ugh.
Huh.
I got 3 episodes into it and was like, I'm not gonna do any more. I gave it a shot. I've done my time.
Yeah.
It's just not. I gave it a shot. I've done my time.
Yeah.
It's just not developing anything, and I'm not getting where they're creating their own universe.
Gotcha.
All right. So how about the movies that made us?
Those are great. I watched
man.
all those in
I have
2
not
days.
watched Dirty Dancing yet.
I haven't either
It's-
because I'm
it's-
saving
it's-
saving it. I want to watch it with my mom.
I want to watch it with my wife.
She loved that damn
my
movie.
wife.
It's interesting.
My wife.
Yeah, but I watched Home Alone with Sophie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I watched all the other ones. What a great little series that brings back some nostalgia to you.
I was going to
Did
talk
you see
about.
like and stuff like that?
So my question, well, I watched all that. My question I thought I would bring up here is, if you could have one of your movies, like a movie that you love from whenever, which movie would you pick?
Karate Kid.
Okay.
Goonies.
Oh,
We're
man,
all kind of,
that's a good
because
one.
I was thinking Gremlins.
Yeah,
So we're kind of
well,
the
no,
same
because we want to
wheelhouse.
see something from the '80s.
Yeah.
you know, from the movies that made us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, from the movies that made us.
Yeah.
And Goonies was one of
Adventures
those.
in Babysitting.
Well, that's a good one.
Goonies was one of those that I probably watched that movie 500 times.
Oh yeah.
Gremlins
I
is
used
the
to
same
watch
way
it
for me because
every day.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie, so I totally watched it last month.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
It happens at Christmas. It's a Christmas
It's a
movie.
Christmas movie.
Christmas.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Isn't every movie a Christmas movie?
I guess.
No,
'Cause
every
they-
Hallmark movie is a Christmas movie, but not every movie is a Christmas movie. I will fight you on this.
I read a meme the other day. It says, "What has 14 actors,
Yeah.
4 scripts, and one production company?
A Hallmark movie.
326 Hallmark films."
So before we get moving down this next path, is there anything else you want to talk about, Othie? Because I know you're not going to get involved in this next conversation.
The only thing, we're kind of jumping this in. I've been avoiding for the past month and a half any spoilers or watching any trailer. And we went and saw Star Wars the other day, and I had so much seen any of them.
Uh-huh.
And we don't get that anymore because it's just like everywhere you go, trailer this, trailer that. I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool.
I watch every trailer.
Do you? Like, that's kind of been fun, so I'm going to keep doing that.
I'm going down the path of The Watchmen.
Oh yes, thank you, sir. I was going to talk to you
I
about
haven't
that.
seen that.
Okay, so
It has
this is going to be
concluded.
an interesting conversation, I'm sure. It'll be an interesting conversation, I'm sure, because, number one, doesn't sound like there's going to be a second season.
I don't think there is. I don't. And from what they were saying from the creator of the show, he was kind of saying he never intended for there to be a second season.
Interesting.
Because it's so.
But cliffhanger, sort of.
No, I don't think it does. She falls into the water.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll just spoil
Well,
that
I think I'm not going to watch that one.
You don't know. You have no idea what that reference
Nothing.
means.
And it doesn't matter to the last minute
Yeah,
of the
and
show.
I just don't think because the original Watchmen was set up like 20 years later after the death of the first group. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like the original Watchmen was.
And this is 20 years after that.
Yeah, and this is 20
Right.
years after that. But the original Watchmen was a singular story. Be an introduction of additional villains or anything like that. I think they took what they needed to from this universe, and they came up with this really good story that would have been a great graphic novel or something like that, and they made this series out of it. And I think that's all they need to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's all they need to do. Mm-hmm. I don't think there needs to be a second one. And I'm going to say, I really enjoyed this series. It's something that you have to watch it intently.
Yes.
It's definitely super complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on in every scene that you may not be noticing. So if you're watching a scene and they're showing, and there's a TV playing something in the background
You
of that
gotta pay
scene,
attention.
that has something to do with it. Every scene in here is intentional.
I am not saying that I didn't that in the end that I didn't like the story.
Mm-hmm.
That in the end that I didn't like the story.
Mm-hmm.
I understood where it was going, but it was so complex.
Yes,
It was so complex
because they never let you in
on the
on
story.
what's going on.
Right.
They never let you in on who's a bad guy or a good guy.
Right. You do not have an inkling.
No.
Is that the right?
Ozymandias, yep.
Yeah. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Adrian Veidt.
Yes.
Is he?
He's both.
No, he's and that's the thing about this show is there's most of them are so amoral. It's just he saved mankind, by killing 3 million people. Saved mankind, by killing 3 million people.
Yep.
And that's not a spoiler because that's the one that happened in the original
wouldn't do
Watchmen.
that?
You know what I mean? So it's like, huh. Yeah.
And it all makes sense. It all worked in the end. A couple things that I struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to say, I'm sure. The sexuality of this was weird. The nudity of this was weird. I mean, why did I see naked men so much?
Every time Eric sees a penis.
Yeah, but that's like the Blue Man in the first one. His dom's
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah, and I
Well,
like.
no,
I don't want to see
in
blue
the
dom.
in the graphic novel, it was that way. But it shows you how inhuman that he is.
But what about
That he doesn't even feel it necessary to cover himself because it'd be like, why would I do that?
what about the homosexuality of Hooded Justice?
Which he was not, but then he was
Yeah,
because they portrayed him as a white character and stuff in the background. But yeah, he was homosexual and or bisexual.
yeah, and why? Why do I got to see that?
Well, that's what the characters in the graphic novel were.
They were.
Yes. Yeah. So most of this stuff is lifted. I mean, there was a lot of different.
See that?
Okay, well, I guess you don't have to watch it.
Yeah. But that's the. Okay.
Are you equally offended when they show a scene of a man and a woman getting it on in a film?
No, I'm not.
No,
That's called a porno.
So this one, you feel like they're shoving it. They're shoving it in your face.
Thank you. That's because
but when it's not homosexuality, it's not being shoved in your face. It's just normal.
That's what I feel. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So like when
which is kind of the basis for some prejudicism.
Sure.
You know, which I understand.
Sure.
You know.
The thing is that okay, it's. I don't care if people hate me. I don't give a crap. It wasn't like you saw them romantically getting involved, and you go, "Okay, I know what's getting ready to happen." It straight cuts to
so it was more of the surprise of it.
Yeah, just shoved right in my
that
face.
Just
and it's
got,
like, oh God.
Okay, you were like, and
especially when you're watching this.
Yeah.
On an airplane.
So there's another... Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, you want to know if that stuff's coming. So there's another series that I was going to talk about, was a Showtime series that went off the air.
One.
No, it went off the air 10 years ago, and it's back.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a lot of the same original characters. It's called the L Word Generation Q.
Huh.
And so it's got some of the same characters reprising their roles, and they're 10 years older in this. And then they're introducing a new cast of like younger people. It's almost like when they started off that new 90210 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the older people, then the younger people and stuff like that. And so with the homosexuality in that, since it's not being thrust upon you,
I probably would be fine.
We'll probably be fine with it. It's coming from, because it takes you out of the series, out of the film.
Game of Thrones had an ability to get your attention on one thing and then stick a dick in your face. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I felt here.
So it was like the locker room at the YMCA.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going in there, you're thinking about your workout, and then there's an old man thinking about your workout, and then there's an old man with his twigs and berries in your face.
It goes straight from a story to pounding each other in the ass.
Whoa.
Like, cut straight to it. Right?
Yeah.
And I went, I don't want to see that.
I will say, and that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not saying that I'm shows and stuff, and I think that, half the stuff they do in half these films, we could do without, and it's not going to affect the characters or anything in any way.
I don't want to see anybody making out. Okay? But when it's coming in the story, when you're watching something and you're like, okay, this is getting ready to happen. I don't ever see straight like, hey, we're in the kitchen and we're cooking dinner to. I mean,
to snacking,
right? You don't see that.
And then they take a sharp right into Pound Town. Oh my God, that's terrible.
There's okay. It goes straight to Pound Town.
We've got to leave this. We've got to.
No, we don't. No,
but I am glad that we were able to work in the L Word, because I wanted to mention to you guys that I'm watching that series, and I'm really liking where it's going and how they reprise some of the roles.
Step back to Watchmen real quick.
Do it.
Would you suggest that to people? Who would you suggest that to? I would not.
I would suggest that to my cousin Jason and anybody who I think kind of likes a good sci-fi intellectual thing. So I would say Bob Schultz I would suggest that to. Maybe Will Stuck I would suggest that to.
Let's go back. Bob doesn't even know who we are, so we can't recommend anything to Bob.
He knows
who we are, so we can't recommend anything to Bob.
He knows who we are. I think he just doesn't see well.
We probably shouldn't put this on the podcast.
No, absolutely no. It's fine.
Poor Bob.
Yeah. No, and we're saying that in reference to we weren't able to participate in the trivia at Tiger's Den the other night, but we did show up and got any response. But I think he was in trivia mode, and I think we were so far back there he just could not see us.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, so I would say, for me, unless you are really into sci-fi, The Watchmen is not for you.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I am looking forward to talk about into sci-fi. Did you see the previews for? I'm excited about that.
Check that one out.
All right, anything else that we need to hit on, Russell, for the television screen?
No, I got I touched on all my stuffs.
Me too.
Say all
my
mine's
stuff.
been kind of Christmassy, so we'll
If
see what happens
anybody,
next.
if anybody out there has a series that they're really digging right
Yeah,
now,
that'd be
especially
good.
something that they think might be a little more obscure,
Yeah,
and
Cody.
I really want you guys to watch Kaminsky Method. I'll watch Unbelievable.
obscure.
Yeah,
and
Cody.
I really want you guys to watch Kaminsky Method. I'll watch Unbelievable.
Okay.
And you're suggesting
More Watchmen,
Nothing
obviously,
really?
is what
Nothing.
he's telling you.
Yeah.
He wants you to rewatch Watchmen.
No, he wants us to watch Castle Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have said at least,
Yes.
can you watch that show? But
Yes.
a couple times.
I'm still trying to get through the Handmaid's Tale, and it's just like,
I know I had to stop on
I told you, man, it makes you want to just destroy your television.
It's just there's no point.
Now, I've watched it series to series. I don't think I could sit down and really, because they're not one that releases it all at once.
Right.
Hulu does the weekly thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I've watched a couple, one, you know what I mean? So I'm not sitting down and trying. That is not a bingeable show.
I'm saying I'm still
Because
behind.
it is so dark and depressing.
Yeah.
That you will be put on a watch list
We had to stop. We had
if
to
you
stop
watch
because it was-
more than 3 episodes at once.
Yeah, it's very. What's the word?
Depressing is the word.
Like-
Depressing is the word.
Like,
Somber.
You feel like you're captive in this world that they live in.
Yeah, you just want to
It's-
shake the TV. You know,
Yeah,
and
I gotta get the hell
everyone
outta here.
does something stupid every episode.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh my god, why would you do that?
Yep.
You know.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I got for this month.
Scream.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ooh, yeah.